What up, Footbap Nation? We're back bringing another episode 3 of the Footbap Fantasy Football League recap. As always, brought to you by me, Brandon, and my co-host, Paul. Paul, say what up.
Hey, what's up?
All right, and we're going to go through things a little differently this week because last week we didn't have the waivers go through when we recorded because we recorded on a Tuesday. Not going to make that mistake again. So we're going to start off by going over last week's waivers, which included a huge move that I wish we could have gotten last week, but we got it today. And it was Mike going through last week, adding his third tight end and dropping Russell Wilson. He's done with Russ. Paul, what do you think about that move?
I think it's perfect because who doesn't need three tight ends to back you up total on your roster? And then we got Russell Wilson just cleared because he had only Carson Wentz remaining, and he was just on the Wentz train, so I respect it.
Yeah, Mike had Wentz at this time. He dropped Russ. Russ and Wentz were his only two quarterbacks. He had Tyler Higbee, and then Zach Ertz as his tight ends. I think Mike was just testing the waters for which tight end or tight ends he was going to roll with going forward. So he picked up a few. He was done with Russ. I don't blame him. Russ fucking sucks this year. And honestly, we're going to get into this week's waiver this week's waiver a little later on, but I don't have it on here, but you picked up Russell Wilson before the games, right?
Yeah, I think
Last week?
might have been that.
Oh, here we
Thursday,
go.
maybe.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Mike dropped Russ, and Mike was playing 4D chess with the entire league, and Paul actually fell for the bait. He dropped a landmine. He dropped Russ onto the waivers, hoping that some sorry sap would pick up Russell Wilson and throw him into their starting lineup. And Paul took the bait on it. Got a 9-point game out of Russ. Mike's plan worked perfectly, if I'm being honest. Paul, do you feel betrayed? What's going through your head right now?
Nah, it had to happen pretty much. I had Dak hurt since week 1. Then Brady or Russ would have been my backups to that. So it was one of those two. Brady didn't do much because he was playing the Packers. With no receivers, I literally had no one else to go with. So just had to trust my gut, throw Russ in there, and gave me the L, but that's all right.
No, to be honest, I can see where both of you guys are coming from. Where if I were you, I probably would have picked up Russ. If I were Mike, I probably would have dropped Russ. You guys both have quarterback issues, so you're both trying to figure that out. But I just thought it was funny that you picked up Russ, and I feel like a lot of people were like, what the hell? Paul just got a good quarterback, and then he went out and sucked again. But he has a good matchup this week, so that's one thing. But yeah, Mike dropping Russ to pick up Gerald Everett. Keep that in mind for later. Keep you getting Russ in mind for later. And then another huge move, Kyle changing his name for the first time in the league from Tree Birch. He actually changed it to Smitty Werbin Man Jensen first before correcting it to Smitty Werbin Jaegerman Jensen. And that's what we're rolling with right now. You can see he's got the picture. He was number 1. Kyle's number 1. We're rolling with it. That was last week's waivers. Now we're going to get into last week's games as well. We're going to start out with our first matchup here, which was me versus Nick. This is an ugly one. This was an ugly matchup.
Absolute barn burner.
Nick actually got really unlucky, and on Sunday, Renfro and Keenan Allen, who were game time decisions, got announced out. So I was feeling pretty good about it pretty much until the Chargers defense happened, to be completely honest with you. It was halftime of the 4:00 games, and I was up on Nick 80-57, and I was projected to win like 120-77 or something like that. And at the end of the 4:00 games, the score was 71-67. Mike Williams, A.J. Dillon, and the Chargers defense combined for -9 points in the second half of the 4:00 games. So I was shitting my pants, but then Saquon came through with the 20-point game. It looks like I won by more than I did. I really didn't. There's really not much more to say about this game, to be completely honest. Nick's 0-3. You never want to see that, but he's been dealing with injuries and stuff. He'll bounce back. But we got another 0-3 team coming up here, but that is the first one we got right there. Next game. Oh, Paul, take this one away for us. This
All
was
right, so
brutal.
I'm the kind of guy that looks at positives first. So Damian Pierce, 17 big ones. That's pretty huge. Hype about that. He's finally getting those RB1 reps in, and then Mark Andrews, tight end one, better than Kelsey. No surprise. He's pretty sweet. But all right, now the negatives. Joe Mixon playing like absolute dog ass for the first 3 games of the year. 3 yards per carry, 2 yards per carry in those. I don't even know what to say there. The Bengals O line just looks like ass. Also, don't know where that's coming from because they were literally ranked top 5 all off season. They were hyping them up, and now the season's here and they just look terrible. But not even more negatives. Allen Robinson's back to being his shitty self with 3-point performance. He was targeted in the end zone. I did see that when I was watching the game, but
yeah, and he dropped it. He dropped one end zone target, and then he had like another red zone target, but he like didn't even run a route on it. Like he didn't even try. I just think he might be washed up, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, it looks like he's not trying, or I don't know what it is, but
the Kenny Galladay experience.
That way. Right. And Russell Wilson, we already talked about that. But other than that, team's looking pretty good. We'll see what happens there. And Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle, or not Waddle, CeeDee Lamb, just them alone just kicked my ass.
Well, this was. I think that going into the Sunday night game. So going into the Sunday night game, you had Russ and Steve had CD, right?
Well, no, the Monday night was CD alone, but Russ was Sunday night, yeah.
Right. So, going into Sunday night, you had to have been projected to win like 110 to like 90 something, maybe like 98 or something. Like I remember thinking, I remember thinking that you had won that, but then Mike's landmine actually you got the 9-point game from Russ, but it still was looking all right because you were up by like 11 on Monday night, right? With he had CeeDee Lamb,
yeah,
and you
exactly were up 11.08 to be exact. I'm pretty sure, but yeah.
And it was looking good all game until actually
the fourth quarter.
Yeah, because honestly, it should have been over earlier. CD dropped a wide open like 50-yard touchdown, but no, they just had to keep your hopes alive before they crushed your dreams. And yeah, it literally was the fourth quarter. It was like maybe like 7 minutes left, and then CD caught like 4 straight passes and a touchdown on one drive.
Yep, that's all right. I didn't expect to win it when I don't know. Even when it was only 3 points he had at like halftime, I just had no confidence.
Yeah, I thought that it was just going to go like 50-50. It really like this final score looks way more of a blowout than it actually was. This really was a close game. And like I said, CD's, let's see. I mean, he ended with 8 catches. I'm telling you, dude, he had like eight of those catches and like maybe 50 of those yards, and the touchdown came on one drive.
Right. Yeah, it was insane.
But I thought it was pretty funny because there was like maybe 14 minutes left in the fourth quarter or something. Like it was very, very early in the fourth quarter, and you texted me, as long as I survive this drive, as long as I survive this drive, I'll win. And then immediately CeeDee Lamb put up like 15 points on that drive. But
oh man.
So also, now Paul, you're bench. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I got really lucky with like who he benched. If you look at his bench, like everybody, he could have started anyone besides Robbie Anderson, of course, and Brian's hurt, but anyone else, and he would have like easily been ahead. But like, I just got lucky in that part of it. But also, I could have started Chris Olave, but who knows?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, if I were you, I probably would have started Olave over Robinson. Would that have? I think that would have made a difference actually. Oh well, I mean, Olave had really only had like one good game at that point, anyways. But so Steve's 2-1. Third in the West at 2-1. That's pretty brutal, especially considering you're third in the East at 1-2.
Go.
But 1-2. How does that feel, Paul?
I'm not worried. It's early. You'll see what happened recently to give me some more confidence. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. So our next game. I mean, this is just insane. Gorman Gorman 3-0, another dominant performance. This against Austin, the other 0-3 brother to Nick. 40 points from Lamar again. 21 points from Hollywood. I mean, Chubb's like the number one running back in fantasy. Cup might be the number one wide receiver in fantasy. Is he? No, he's number 2. Diggs,
Oh
yeah,
boy.
of course. I mean, I don't know. Austin got a bad performance from Stafford. His team didn't even do like shitty or anything. He had a lot of guys go for like 10 plus. Logan Thomas, which we'll come back to that a little later. Logan Thomas with 1.5 points for him. But yeah, I mean, Gorman's team is dominating. And you know, Paul, I was actually with Gorman before the season started. We were knocking back some cold ones, and Gorman looked me dead in the eye and he said, "Brandon, I'm going to be on my fuck shit this season." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I'm winning it all in fantasy this year." And then he took my drink and chugged it in one sip, slammed it down, and he went and drove home. No, but Gorman called this happening, dude. Gorman knew it would happen. He was feeling good coming into this year. I honestly think Gorman might go undefeated. I can't even lie.
I'm feeling, very jealous. He's got Hopkins. Hopkins is like just another secret weapon to throw in at the end of the year. It's just crazy.
Yeah, Gorman's team's ridiculous. Austin's team's definitely not bad at all. He might be the highest scored on. But Gorman continuing his reign of terror over the league. We're gonna get to the Dave and Mike matchup last, that our game of the week. But first, we're gonna go to Dewey, Kyle. This game flew a little under the radar. It turned out a lot closer than I thought. Eckler's underperforming. Dewey takes a win. He's 2-1. Kyle loses 1-2. Does anything really jump out at you here?
Kamara and Swift just underperforming big time, and he still won. And Waller, and he still gets the win. That's
Dewey's team is good. Yeah, he had key pieces do nothing, and he still won. Kyle's team, Eckler's been looking rough, but I mean Tyreek had a down week. I mean, if Tyreek has a normal week, he wins. It could have gone either way. I mean, this was a close game regardless. Hard fought victory for Dewbag, who's looking good, but I think Kyle's looking good too. Kyle Pitts had another good game. Unfortunately, the name change for Kyle it didn't work for him this week. But I think maybe next week. I haven't looked at the games next week. Yeah, he'll be good. He'll be good. Now our game of the week, what you guys have all been waiting for. Mike was a 15-point underdog going into this game. Everyone had written him off. He dropped Russell Wilson, started Carson Wentz in a tough matchup against the Eagles, literally just to style on Dave as he wins in dramatic fashion again. He wins another game by less than a point, and Mike's just a closer, dude.
True. He's got the clutch factor. What else can we say?
It was funny because Mike has the Browns defense, who I think we all saw the Steelers fumbled on the last play of the game, and the Browns recovered it for a touchdown. And when that happened, Dave texted me and was like, "That fumble is going to be why I lose this week." And at the time, I was like, dude, there's no way you lose this week. At that point, at the end of that game, even with that fumble return for a touchdown, Dave was projected to win still like 125 to like 105 or something. Like, this wasn't supposed to be close. Everyone wrote Mike off, and Mike comes out again, 2-1, a 2-1 record for Mike, and he takes down. But Dave was 2-0. I mean, this was a huge win for Mike.
Insane. Yeah, there's just Justin Jefferson and Montgomery, I guess you could blame for this, but we just got to focus on Mike just having the good performance.
The MVP again. Mike learned his lesson benching Patterson. Last week, did he bench or what happened?
Benched him week 1.
Oh yeah,
he started him. But he stuck with it this time.
He stuck with it. Yeah, a lot of people would have given up after that 4-point performance, but Mike trusts Patterson, his MVP, probably his highest scoring player on his team, actually, because I don't think Jamar's done all that good this year so far. Mike's got Mike Evans on the bench. He's going to come back, Thielen. But Mike, I mean, this was our game of the week, and it did not disappoint.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, this
both
was
sides, but
this was good. Shout out to Mike, another close win. I don't know, maybe this is a pattern all season. I'm afraid to play Mike because Mike's got the luck factor going right now. So that was last week's matchups, and now we're gonna go after those matchups. We're gonna look at the standings. As of right now, Gorman, only undefeated team. I didn't even really notice that. Gorman's the only undefeated team in our league, 3-0. Pretty sure he's the highest scorer by almost 100 points. That's insane. He's already got a 90% chance to make the playoffs. Dave's first in the West, 2-1. Lots of 2-1 teams. Dave, Dewey, Steve, Mike, and me, all 2-1. We got Paul and Kyle at 1-2. Austin and Nick at 0-3. Let's look at the projected playoff bracket right now and just see what it looks like. So if the season ended today, and obviously it doesn't, we got a lot more football to play. Fantasy football to play. Gorman would be getting a bye. Dave would be getting a bye, winning the West. It has me and Steve matched up as the 4-5 matchup, and Dewey and Mike as the 3-6. If we go down here, we got Austin and Nick 9-10 going up against each other, and then Paul and Kyle. But obviously we got a lot more to go in this season.
Plenty of time for a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, you still got a 50-50 chance at 1-2. Kyle has a 60% chance, same as Mike, and Kyle is a game behind Mike. I mean, this is going to be a good one. So yeah, Gorman, highest scorer on the season so far, not even close. Nick, lowest scorer on the season, but he's been dealing with some injuries. Gorman least scored on. Maybe his luck changes. Maybe he'll be scored on a little more. And then, like I said earlier, Austin most scored on. That sucks. Feel bad by a lot, by 50 points. So yeah. Austin will turn things around. That 0-3 record is deceptive. Now we're gonna look at the power rankings that ESPN puts out here. They still have Steve, the defending champ. Steve still sitting in first place. Now, if he lost to you, Paul, I think that might have been different. Don't you think?
What the hell? I'm surprised. I don't know why Gorman's only 2, but all right.
This is the same reason why like people pick the Chiefs every year in real football, and they're like they're gonna win even if they're like have a shitty start. They have confidence in Steve because they saw him get it done last year.
True.
But
it's pretty interesting.
To second, we got Gormy there. 3, we got Dave. I can't even argue that. Kyle projected at 4th, even at that 1-2 record. They got a lot of faith in him. I think he got second place in 2 years ago, right? Was it that Kyle got second?
Or yeah.
So they clearly trust him. 5th, we got you at the 1-2 Warrior.
Yes,
you're at 5th. You can't complain about that, right?
Yep. Moving up in the world.
And it's probably due to that trade you made, actually, because it has you trending up at 4. We're going to talk about that later, yeah. but you pulled something off that I think moved you up there, because I think you were at 10, which is actually crazy because I think it now. So Mike's at 10. Either way, you moved up to 5 after you made a blockbuster trade. But Dewey at 6. I honestly think Dewey he should be a little higher. I mean, his team's good. Austin at 7, solid. I'm at 8. That sucks, but whatever. Nick at 9. Nick at 9 at 0-3, but above Mike. It was 2-1. Wait, Mike is 2 no respect for Mike at all. They do not care about. ESPN is telling us that they think Mike's wins, those 2 close wins, are total flukes. That they have 0-3 injury-riddled Nick at a spot above Mike. Paul, what do you think about that?
That's pretty funny. I guess they just don't count the half-point wins by Mike. They just think Mike's 0-3, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, in their mind, Mike is 0-3. But we're going to go over waivers this week. Let's see what happened, because a lot happened. So first, we started off with the blockbuster trade that went down, which was you traded. Okay. Oh, okay. So this was it being accepted. So you traded Tom Brady and Juju, and Mike traded you DJ Moore, right? Is that the trade? Go over this trade with me real quick.
So early morning, yesterday actually, I was looking for a change-up because seeing Juju, I watched that Chiefs game and I was like, dude, what the fuck? And then like the fourth quarter, like he looked good, and I was like, okay, maybe there's some hope there. But I just don't like it. The Chiefs are so random. They just toss it to 8 different guys literally every single drive. It's just like no consistent one guy besides Kelsey. So I didn't like how that looked. And Mike also needed a quarterback, and he kept telling me about Tom Brady. And I was like, all right, maybe he'll bite on this. DJ Moore's been struggling because Baker's pretty trash too, but skill wise, I just think DJ Moore's way better than Juju. So that was literally all that it took for me to try and make this trade. Mike instantly accepted. I
Yeah, I
texted
mean, you
him,
guys
he
were going in
accepted right
at
away.
8 a.m. on a
I was
Wednesday.
post shower in the morning, he just accepted right away. It was
Oh,
crazy.
8 a.m. on a Tuesday. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy. But I mean, I don't know if I could say who like won this trade. So I think DJ Moore is a better football player than Juju, but I think Juju's in a better offense.
Yeah.
But if you had to make me pick a winner, I think that I might pick Mike as the winner, and that's only because he got a quarterback and he needed one. So to Mike, it's like he gave up DJ Moore and now he doesn't have to start Carson Wentz anymore. So props to Mike, but then you got a receiver too. So I mean, I don't think it was bad on either end. But that's crazy. I mean, you pick up Russ, it gives you the piece you need to move Tom Brady to Mike and get your precious DJ Moore. And then Mike, we touched on it earlier. Mike last week dropped $10 on Gerald Everett, literally just to drop him the next week. He didn't even enter his lineup, I don't think. So Mike is just literally fucking with all of us right now. He's laying out landmines for Paul, whipping up trades with Paul, dropping players he just picked up. I mean, he's cooking something up, Paul. I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, he's whipping it up, that's for sure. I just don't know what it'll turn out to.
Dude, I mean,
Scary.
he's got a plan in mind because he's making moves. Now we're going to go over this week's waiver pickups. I dropped Kirk Cousins because he sucks, and I picked up Romeo Doubs from the Packers. I picked up the Rams defenses, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Pinhead, I mean, Mike, another tight end move. I didn't even really notice this. Mike picked up another tight end. What is happening? And Mike and Pinhead Terry is out here. Mike picks up another tight end and then drops Tyler Higbee, another tight end. So he's swapping Tyler Higbee for Conklin. He's collecting all of the tight end infinity stones. This is insane.
I don't get it, but like we said, he's whipping something up. Let Mike cook. That's all we got to say.
No, we can't let Mike cook. We can't let Mike cook and get in his zone because he'll assemble the perfect team. I think he's on his way to assembling the perfect team.
That is true.
But the tight end for tight end swap, he likes what he sees in Conklin, the superior Tyler. I picked up Zay Jones and I dropped Rashad White because I don't think that he's even like played snaps outside of the first week when they were like winning by a shit ton. You picked up the Giants defenses, whatever. You dropped Cade York. Wow.
I couldn't do it, man. I don't know. A 2.5, 2 points. Kickers matter, you know. We need at least 4.
Kickers matter, and you're throwing the Cleveland one to the guy. I might pick him up, actually.
We need at least 4 points to stay on the roster.
Oh my gosh, dude. This is insane. Graham Gano is basically like a tight end at this point.
Yeah, the Giants just can't score touchdowns in the red zone unless it's Saquon, so that's my idea.
Yeah, no, that's a good. We're making kickers matter with that move. We're making kicker moves. I might go out and make a kicker move this week because now you got me fired up. And then Steve picked up Njoku for $11, dropped Robbie Anderson to the waivers. Kind of crazy here. You're trading for a Carolina Panther wide receiver, and then Steve's out here dropping Carolina wide receiver.
Anderson is so he is. I don't even know. If he's not catching a 75-yard touchdown, he'll get 0 points, literally.
I don't know if you saw, but Baker this past week was like 12 of 25 throwing for 170 yards and a touchdown, and he threw a screen pass that went for 70 yards and a touchdown. So, like, literally all of Baker's production in the passing game came off of Laviska Shenault, like, making a couple guys miss and housing a screen pass. So, yeah, Baker's garbage. That being said, though, I love DJ Moore. I do think he's really good. I want him to be good. I like him a lot, but that is the waivers. That's what happened. So a lot going on. The tight end show from Mike. the trade between Paul and Mike, a classic. They make at least one trade every year. Well, obviously we had the famous Patrick Mahomes for, what was his name, Paul?
Travis Fulgham and
Yes,
someone else.
no, Patrick
Who else
Mahomes for
was it?
Travis Fulgham straight up, and Mike
No,
took
there's
it.
someone else. I
No,
forget
it
who.
wasn't. Travis Fulgham for Patrick Mahomes straight up, an absolute fleece job.
Oh, it's Justin Herbert. That's what it was. Herbert
Yeah,
and Fulgham. That's
but
what it was.
Mike will not be fleeced this year. He's fleecing Paul, getting Tom Brady and Juju. That's a nice move, Mikey. All right, now we're gonna go to this week's matchups. I don't know what our matchup of the week should be. Wait, let me see if we have a like classic. I think we might have to be the matchup of the week.
Yeah.
So me and Paul will go matchup of the week because we're longtime rivals.
Classic
We've been in the same division for forever. Paul's the only team in this league that I have a losing record with throughout the whole thing, which sucks. Actually, before last season, I was 2-6 against Paul all time, but I won both of our matchups last year, and I'm still only 4-6. But I'm pretty much expecting to get smoked in this one, to be honest. Paul, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, the projections don't mean shit, but they kind of help a little bit. But now with DJ Moore in the lineup, it's a coin flip, just like it kind of was with Juju. But Olave's in there now. Curtis Samuel's been solid. I'm feeling pretty good about it. As long as Joe Mixon does all right, and Russ too.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about it at all because I'm pretty sure every single one of my guys is playing in a bad matchup, like playing against defenses that are like top 5 at their position. So I'm probably taking an L here, but I'm glad I got out to a 2-1 start. So I can take this L. But oh my God, Khalil Herbert's good. They must have announced David Montgomery out, so I have to make that change actually. All right, hell yeah. But yeah, we'll see. Matchup of the week, me and Paul, longtime rivals. Let's fucking get it. Then we got Mike and Gorman. Will Gorman fall victim to the Mikey B miracle, Paul? What do you think?
Yes, with Mike projected now many points. I'm very surprised. He's got Mike Evans back, Cordero Patterson. I'm expecting a 30-point game minimum. So yes, short answer, he's gonna win.
If I'm being honest, I really do think Cordero can put up 30 against the Browns. The Browns defense is horrible. But yeah, I mean, Gorman at this point, Gorman's going for the perfect season, and I don't know if I could pick against Gorman right now, but the Mikey B Magic has been crazy this year. So this should be a really good game too. Yeah. Interconference matchup, East versus West. So we got to pull for Gorman in that because he's in our conference, or maybe not because we want to be number 1. Maybe we're rooting for Mike. Either way, that should be a good game. Steve versus Dubag. I'm assuming Dubag has someone in that's injured or something. Yeah, he has Swift because this projection's off. He's going to be projected more. This is a really even matchup, in my opinion.
Yeah. Because Taylor had he didn't even practice today or something, or he was limited.
He has like turf toe or something.
Yeah. So yeah, just another good matchup, I think.
What is happening? I feel like I looked at fantasy today and there weren't all these question marks, and now it's like Taylor, Waddle, Dawson Knox, Devontae Smith. What is happening?
I just
right
noted Damian Pierce had a question mark literally as you pulled it up. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
So
I saw that
too.
I saw someone. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but Steve, Dewey, that's an interconference matchup. West side against West, and who are you picking in this one?
Dewey, dude. Yeah, I was just gonna say because Amon-Ra, St. Brown, feeling good. I don't know who Dewey's backup running back is though.
He might Dobbins oh yeah, he has to play running back.
Yeah.
Hopefully Dobbins plays. He's questionable, but I don't know. I might pick Steve because I don't know what's going to happen with Dobbins yet. He like barely played last week. I think Steve might have this one. Good game nonetheless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually I take it back. We're not matchup of the week, Paul. This is the matchup of the week. Okay, this is so the real matchup of the week. Austin and Nick. Who's going to start off 0-4? Who's going to get the dub? Paul, what do you think?
If Nick stays on top of his lineup and switches out whoever gets injured, then I think he might pull it off. But at the same time, Austin's most scored on. He has an actual good team. I actually think Austin will win. Now that I'm talking myself into it.
So yeah, you just talked yourself into that so hard. Yeah, I mean this is huge because you got one of these teams got to win this week to make it less hard to go on. I think this is a huge game. I think Nick needs this win more than Austin does because I think Austin does have a good team going forward. They both need it so badly though. I think I'm gonna pick Austin in this one, but I could see a miracle going down from Derrick Henry if I'm being honest. I could see Derrick Henry going for like
True.
150
And
yards and 3 touchdowns.
Lenny too, very possible.
Yeah, this is a good one. Game of the week: Austin and Nick. Let's ride. Now we got our last matchup of the day. We got Dave versus Kyle. 2-1 versus 1-2. Another West on West action game. Wow, they're both projected a lot of points. Holy
Kyle's
shit!
projected so much.
Yeah, that's insane. Oh, probably because Kyle Pitts, and then his defense is projected 8.2, which I agree with. They're playing New England with a backup quarterback, so New England's just gonna run the
Ryan
whole
Hoyer.
game and like not throw it. Yeah. Yeah, this is just a really good game. I can't even lie. I think the key is going to be if Austin Eckler, Javonte Williams, Brandon Cooks, and Gabe Davis can do what people thought they were going to do. Because
Right.
I mean, all four of them have been like pretty poor to start the year. And then, but Dave's got these like surprising, like Miles Sanders, James Robinson, coming out of nowhere. Christian Kirk, I mean, that's kind of out of nowhere. I mean, how he's performed is out of nowhere. But we'll see. If Kyle,
That's another good matchup.
yeah, I think that this week is going to tell Kyle what his team is going forward. He's probably sitting here. He's probably still hoping that Eckler, Javonte, Cooks, Gabe Davis. He's hoping that they can show him something, some sign of life. And do you think he's going to get that this week, Paul?
Ooh, if I had to pick, I'd say no, dude. I feel like Justin Jefferson. Well, he's against New Orleans. Never mind. I thought he was gonna have a bounce back game, but never mind.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go with Kyle.
I think I'm going with Kyle here. I think that he'll figure it out. A 1-3 start would be pretty brutal. I mean, I think Kyle's better than that. I think Kyle's better than a 1-3 start. So that's why I'm going to pick Kyle. Yeah, that's it for the fantasy league, right? Now we're going to go over last week's actual football games in our picks. So right off the rip, let me share this in 1 second. All right. So right off the rip, Paul, you beat me by 1 game again. I went 8-8. You went 9-7. I love this stretch where like favorites all lost. Bills, Saints, Raiders, Chiefs, all the favorites lost. The one that I should have gone with, I should have stuck with my gut and picked the Dolphins over the Bills, and I should have stuck with my gut and went Rams over the Cardinals, but I was blinded by how much I thought the Rams weren't actually that good, and I was blinded by how good I thought the Bills were, even though the Bills probably should have won that. But either way, and then who would have guessed? Who would have guessed Chargers, Jaguars? Either way, you beat me by 1 game, and now you're up 2 games on me overall. I'm 17-15 on the season. You're 19-13. But we're coming back this week. This is the week where I make up some ground, Paul, because I'm going with my gut. All right. I'm going with my gut. All right. So let's look at the games this week, which I have not even begun to look at. I seriously haven't even looked. All right.
Thursday night. That's all.
Dolphins, Bengals, and is Tua out? No. Why are the Bengals 4-point favorites?
I don't know, but I guess away game, but who knows?
Look that up real quick, Paul. Just Google if Tua's out or not. I'm going to click on his thing.
Is Tua hurt?
Said he plans to play on Thursday, though he's officially listed as questionable. Okay, so he plans to play. All right, Dolphins, Bengals. Who are you picking, Paul?
It looks like he's playing, so I got to go with the... you know what? Fuck it. Let's go with the Bengals.
Damn it, no! This sucks so bad because I seriously don't even know. So you'll pick Bengals. I'm worried about Tua, dude. Like I'm worried about him like getting hurt during the game, you know? But it's weird, dude, because I think that the Dolphins had like 2 crazy comeback wins. It's at home. I'm gonna go with Bengals. I think if Tua was healthy, I probably would have picked the Dolphins there, but I seriously could see him like getting hurt in this game. Honestly, Cincy by
Right.
4 points seems insane. I probably would take the under on
That is
that
crazy.
regardless.
Yeah.
Over under of 47. I mean, let's not go over that. Who fucking cares? We're both picking the Bengals. I would love to see the Dolphins win that. That'd be fucking sick. All right, Browns Falcons in Atlanta. Paul, who you going with?
Falcons are scoring a shitload, which is kind of scary because our defense has been literally paper. So maybe it'll be high scoring, but I got to go with the Browns. I can't pick against them.
Oh, you're right. 49.5 point over under on this. And I was looking, Paul, at like the top offenses in the NFL, and it was like Jaguars, Browns, Lions, Eagles, and like someone else. But I thought it was hilarious that the Browns with Jacoby
That's
Brissett
weird.
are like top 5 in offense, or even the Lions with Goff. I'm gonna go Browns in this one because I can't pick against the Browns. At least not in a while I can't, because we're gonna have a stretch of games where I'm gonna be picking against the Browns every time when they go up against the Bills and Bucks and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm picking the Browns while I can, but I could totally see the Falcons winning this. If I was not a Browns fan, I think I might pick the Falcons here, but I'm picking the Browns. All right,
Yeah.
G-Men versus the Bears. It's in New York. Who are you taking?
Well, the Bears just are playing offense like it's 1915. Like it's World War One out there, but so I gotta go with the Giants. Like it's just I don't know. The Justin Fields just not being able to do anything is just weird to me. So I gotta go Giants.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Giants too. I think if it was in Chicago, I'd think about the Bears. But yeah, their play calling's horrible. Justin Fields isn't doing anything. It's bad. I could totally see the Bears like pulling off an upset. 39.5 over and under is disgusting. All right, Bills, Ravens. Who you taking in this one, Paul?
The Bills on the road again, but if they lose 2 in a row, I can't see it happening. They fixed up whatever went wrong there in Miami. I mean, the 100-degree weather didn't help, but I got to go with the Bills on this one, even though
Yeah,
Lamar's crazy.
yeah. I'm taking. This is tough, dude.
I
Holy
thought that was
fuck.
like Sunday night, dude. A 1 p.m. game?
Yeah,
That's...
what is the Sunday? I'm gonna look ahead just because I'm curious.
Oh,
So
okay, never
Chiefs
mind.
Bucks. Okay, never mind.
That makes sense.
Damn, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Bills just because I think they're gonna be pissed as hell they lost to the Dolphins. They should have won that game. They had like 40 minutes of possession time. They like dominated in every facet of the game essentially. And then there was, what was it, the butt punt? That was the most insane thing I've ever seen, like on a punt in my life. But
The
yeah,
picture is funny too. See that?
yeah. Did you see Tyreek Hill said something like, he's got pretty strong butt cheeks. He's gonna catch it next time or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm picking the Bills too. All right, we got the London game, Vikings Saints. Who you taking?
Got to go with our Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going Vikings.
Is Jameis apparently was he hurt or something or
Jameis has like a
maybe?
broken back and is like playing through it.
Oh, perfect. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I gotta go
pretty.
with the Vikings.
I thought the Saints. You talked me into the Saints like being good this year,
Because
Paul,
their
and now I'm
defense is
kind of.
top three,
Yeah,
literally.
they do
It's
have a
crazy.
good defense, but their offense is so putrid that it's like
Yeah,
they're
it's
just
weird.
bad. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings, but like I would not be surprised if we counted this as a Kirk Cousins prime time game, you know, the morning prime time, and he goes out and throws like 3 picks and chokes it because
True.
he's. But you know what? It's going to be 9:30 a.m. West Coast. It's going to be 6:30. Maybe with no one watching the game. That's the key.
True.
So yeah,
No eyes. Yep.
I'll go
All right.
Vikings. Now we got Commanders and the boys. Who you taking in Dallas?
I'm surprised. Yeah, it's a home game. I got to go with the Commanders, dude. The interdivision matchup, Carson Wentz MVP candidate. Not really, but bounce back game, I'd say. I'd go with the Commanders. Go with the upset.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys on this one. It's just because Carson Wentz looked so bad last week, basically, and honestly, like if you would have asked me this question like a couple weeks ago, like the Cooper Rush led Cowboys against the Commanders, like a week ago, I would have been like, dude, hell no, man, I'm picking the Commanders in that. But Cooper Rush looks like solid. I don't know, he's
Yeah.
like not bad. So I'm just gonna take the Cowboys there at home. Seahawks Lions, it's in Detroit. I'm
Easy
picking
one.
the Lions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our Lions.
Yeah. Nothing more to say about that. High over under despite the Seahawks sucking.
Yeah. Fuck.
I mean the Lions
Lions
score a
score
lot, but
40, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, maybe they, I don't know, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm taking the Lions. I actually think the Lions are like a solid team. I mean, they should have
Yeah, I
beat the
like them.
Vikings last week, let's be honest. All right, Colts Titans, who you taking?
I don't like the Titans at all. I'm so very surprised the Raiders lost to them last week. That is very shocking, but I'm gonna go
They're
with the
0
Colts, I
3.
guess.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, but I'd go with the Colts.
Dude, that's so tough because the Colts suck, dude. But they
Yeah.
beat the Chiefs. They somehow beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. So
I'm
weird.
going with the Colts on this because I still think the Titans suck. But dude, I just feel like what happens is like there are some games where Derrick Henry just runs for like 200 yards, and like last week he put up a shit ton of yards and touchdowns and stuff. Like, or I guess
Yeah.
I think Tannehill like QB like sneaked one in. I'm going Colts though because it's in Indy, but if it were in Tennessee, I might pick the Titans just because I don't know. I don't know how the Titans win these games, dude. But
Yeah.
I think they both kind of suck. Matt Ryan is like, I don't even know what he's doing out. Did you watch any of this game?
He
Or
just looked so out of place. It's very weird.
he's like scrambling more than he ever has in his
Mhm.
entire career, and it's just leading to like strips and like him getting like beat up. And I'm like, dude, Matt Ryan, just like throw the ball away, like stop. But whatever. I'm picking the Colts. We got Eagles, Jags. I'm taking the Eagles.
This will be a good one, I hope. The Jags are somehow emerging as crazy good offense, apparently.
Uh,
But the Eagles also have a really, really good defense, so I gotta go Eagles too. That's just too easy.
yeah, I think if it were in Jacksonville, I might be tempted to take the Jaguars because they've looked so good. But since it's in Philly and the Eagles have looked so good, I'm gonna pick the Eagles in this one. Oh wow, Steelers Jets in
Wow.
Pittsburgh. Who are you taking,
Oh,
Paul?
man. Well, Zach Wilson apparently is gonna start this game, so I
Uh,
gotta go with Pittsburgh. If it was Flacco, I would have gone Jets easily, but the fact Zach Wilson's coming back, I'm going with the Steelers.
Yeah, it's funny because I was gonna not mention that Zach Wilson was coming back in hopes that you'd pick the Jets, and then I'd be like, all right, you're locked in. I'm picking the Steelers because yeah, dude, I mean, even if Zach Wilson takes a step forward this season, right? Like, I don't think it's gonna be his first game back from injury. Honestly, if the Steelers lose this game to the Jets, the Zach Wilson Jets, like that'd be horrible. That'd be a really bad loss. And the Steelers don't have a lot of bad losses in, our
Yeah.
time. So that would be, I just can't even fathom that being a game that's lost. So yeah, we're both going Steelers on that. Chargers, Texans, who you taking?
Um, the Texans are looking good. Chargers struggling, but I gotta go with the Chargers. Even though
Yeah,
it's a away game, but
I'm going Chargers, but I think it's gonna be close,
Mhm.
unfortunately. And I could see the Texans winning this easily. I mean, the Texans should have beaten the Colts. I don't think the Texans suck by any means. I mean, obviously they're not good,
Yeah, they're keeping it
but
close
yeah,
in
they
like every
play
game.
guys close at least. Like they should have won this past week against the Bears. I don't know how they didn't capitalize on Justin Fields' horrible performance, but
Right.
I'm just taking the Chargers. If the Chargers lose this week, I'm never picking the Chargers again, dude. This is
Right.
garbage. Um, no matter two
Panthers
weeks in a
favored?
row.
What
What?
the I'm sorry, I'll look ahead.
Oh, what?
I'm I'm looking ahead.
No, you're good. All I was gonna say about the Chargers is that would be brutal if they lost to the Jaguars and Texans back to back.
Yeah.
But we're on to the next game.
What
Cardinals,
the fuck?
Panthers. Who are you taking?
What is happening, dude? Why are the Panthers favorited? What do they know?
Dude, it's Baker Magic. Let it happen. Let it
I
happen.
can't. I can't. Even though I just acquired DJ Moore, there's no way they win this game. I'm very surprised. I gotta go with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going Cardinals on this too. I can't believe that, dude. I mean, the Cardinals definitely don't look good, but the Panthers look even
Yeah.
worse. How could you even pick this?
That's crazy.
I'm picking Cardinals. Dude, we're going to look so stupid because the Panthers are going to win, aren't they? They're
Yep.
going to
Yep.
win. Just like they beat the Saints last week. Man, maybe I should pick the Panthers.
I'm not, dude. I can't.
Yeah, no, I just can't, dude. They look so bad. I'm picking the Cardinals. I really, really, really hope the Panthers don't win that game. Patriots, Packers in Green Bay. I'm
That's
going
easy.
Packers
Yeah. You
because
can't. Yep.
I'm not going
Brian
with the
Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer Patriots.
No chance.
Dude, we're none of these games like this is crazy. I almost want to go back and switch Bills to Ravens, but then that would mean me picking Bills 2-2, and I just can't do that because I think the Bills are too good. All right, Broncos Raiders, who you taking?
Oh man, I'm believing
This is
in Russ,
tough.
dude. I'm believing in Russ this time. He's got to have finally a good game and
I
make the Raiders go 0-4. That'd be hilarious.
Dude, I think I think I believe you on that. I really think that I am confident. Okay, I don't want to say that, but I think that Russ is gonna have a good game. The Raiders, I mean, they should have won at least one of these games. I'm picking the Raiders because it's in Vegas, but I do think that the Broncos. I just think that they're like, as much as they suck. I don't know. I just think that Russ. I have a weird feeling about Russ in this game, and I think they're gonna. I think that they could win, but I'm picking the Raiders over the Broncos, and that's just because it's in Vegas. If it was in Denver, I'd go Broncos. All right, now we got Chiefs. Wow, Chiefs, Buccaneers. And this game's going to be really weird. So it says it's in Tampa, but there's that hurricane going on, you know?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I heard that they're going to. First of all, you know how we were saying maybe flex that Bills game? They actually probably could, because with that hurricane, they might have to like reschedule this game, maybe not like to another day, but because I heard that they might switch the location to being in like Minneapolis or something. That's what I heard.
That's
I don't
weird.
know. I don't know how they landed on that. Yeah, I really have no
Yeah.
idea. That's the rumor I saw, and that might have just been like a first thought that they were like, "Oh, Minneapolis, let's pick them because they're going to be in you know, London or whatever, and they're probably not going to pick the. So I don't know. This is probably going to be a neutral game, a neutral site game. I'm going to go Chiefs over the Bucks here.
That is weird. That's a tough one.
It's a really tough one. I think if it was in Tampa, I might pick the Bucks, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be like this weird neutral site game with this hurricane going on.
Yeah. Prime time. I'll go with the Chiefs. That's a coin flip for me.
Damn, dude! I wish you were picking. I wish you picked the Bucks. So imagine like I had some insane comeback on you, or like I like took
Just
the
switch
lead.
the Dolphins and Bengals one, in my opinion. But
yeah, I agree. I think you can switch the Chiefs, but I'm really only going the Chiefs. I just don't think the Bucks look that good, dude. If I'm being honest, they win games because of their defense. They are getting Mike Evans back. I'm still sticking with the Chiefs. Right, even though they just lost to the Colts, but fuck it. All right, Rams, Niners. Holy shit, the Niners are favorited.
Yeah, don't get that. I'm going Rams easily.
Yeah, I'm going. I didn't even have like a thought in my head on that. What are these lines? Who was the other? Oh, there was the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
This one makes less sense though. The Rams are 2-1. I mean,
oh man.
I don't understand.
They looked so bad. The Niners did.
The Niners just lost to the shit-pissed Broncos, dude. What the actual fuck is happening right now? Yeah, I'm picking the Rams on this one. I don't know how that's a favorite situation, but yeah, that's what we're rolling with. I want to keep an eye on this game, dude.
Yeah.
But that's our picks for the week. I think. Is there anything else we have to go over right now, or no?
That's it, I think. But you sure you don't want to switch that very first Thursday night one?
Oh, dude, I want to so badly, but I'm picking the Bengals, and if I'm being honest, I'm picking them in a hope that I just jinx the Dolphins into winning, and that's the entire reason that I picked the Bengals. I can't even lie. I'm hoping that me and you just jinx that into happening. So, yeah, those are the matchups. Again, Paul's up on me 2 games overall in the season, even though we didn't pick week 1. So I guess he's up 2 after weeks 2 and 3. But this was episode 3, baby. We're on a roll now, and let us know down below who you think the next guest should be. We got people lined up. We got Big Dave. We got Mikey B can come on again. Gorm, future champ? ? Maybe he joins. Defending champ Steve. I mean, we got options on here, and we want to hear from our fans who you want to see on next. So leave a comment down below, Footbap Nation. But yeah, this is episode 3. And we're gonna be signing off here. Paul, you got anything else to say?
Let's go. Let's get some hype in the chat.
All right, peace.